This week on Darshan America, we're talking about an exciting new play called A Tryst with Destiny. It is about India's independence and freedom struggle from the British. And we have with us the writer and director of this play, Dr. Amita Jha, as well as the star of the play, Dr. Natwar Gandhi. Now, many of you remember Dr. Gandhi as the District of Columbia's chief financial officer. Well, he's an actor now, too. So welcome to this studio to both of you. And Dr. Gandhi, can you tell us a little bit about this play?
Yes, the play is about the Indian partition and also about the Indian independence movement. But basically, the whole argument about why there was a need for partition and emergence of Pakistan.
And Dr. Jha, can you tell us what inspired you to write this play? As I understand, you're not a playwright by profession, so why did you decide to write a play about Indian independence?
Well, yeah, I'm not a playwright by profession, but theater is my great interest. So as I was reading the material on independence struggle and the letters between Nehru and Gandhi, I thought it was very interesting material for theater. And there was a lot of information that a lot of people don't know. So I thought it would be interesting to put up a production so people could relate to all the various things that happened.
Dr. Gandhi, your job being involved in politics, do you think there are some things that we could learn from Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru and the freedom struggle in thinking about our own politics and politicians today?
The basic lesson that I derive from Gandhi's life, as well as the communal bloodshed that we had gone through in India, is that we as a people, no matter where we are, must learn to live together. Despite all our differences of race, creed, color, or whatever. And Gandhi was the first leader who basically found the way to do that. And that is his basic message that I take it from the play.
And so we have so much to learn from them. What I'm interested in is a little bit more about their personalities. I'm sure during your research, Dr. Jha, you were learning not just about their speeches, but about Nehru and Gandhi as individuals. So can you tell us a little bit about them, about their similarities, their differences?
Yeah, it's very interesting how Nehru and Gandhi, though, one takes their names literally together a lot of times, came from such different backgrounds, whereas Gandhi came from a middle-class family from Gujarat, and Nehru was from this very moneyed family from Allahabad and had a Western education, whereas Gandhi was so steeped in the Eastern traditions. And so it's when you read through, it's really interesting how that stands out, how different the backgrounds of these two are. And then through the freedom struggle, when I read, I discovered that their ideologies and what they really believed in, how to manage a country, what kind of country they wanted, was so different. Whereas Gandhi was somewhat wanted to maintain that traditional capitalistic structure. Nehru was very socialist in his beliefs, and there was a real clash. But despite the clash, how these two personalities sort of managed their relationship and how they gave in to each other to come to a consensus because of the larger goal for partition is really interesting facet of their personalities that comes through.
Dr. Gandhi, I wonder where did your fascination with this period in history and with Gandhi in particular come from? What are your connections to that history?
Well, like every Indian child in Gujarat, we all read and learned Mahatma Gandhi's autobiography, which is one of the classics of the Gujarati literature. And from there, you got hooked on Gandhi. And once you are hooked on Gandhi, it's a lifelong obsession. And as I grew up, I read more about it. But I think the importance of Gandhi became much more clearer after I came to this country.
How is that?
Because Gandhi is truly a universal leader, and that what he has accomplished in terms of the mass movement, non-violent mass movement, is practiced and will continue to be practiced throughout the world for liberation movement. So anywhere you see the liberation movement now, from Eastern European countries, from South Africa, elsewhere, in this country, in the South, they all followed Gandhi.
Yes, certainly a global example. And I, like you, was inspired by Gandhi at a young age. That's how I became a vegetarian and all of those things. So I completely understand what you're talking about. And one of the things I'm sure that will come up in your play, and why we're very interested to see it, is the whole issue of partition and was it inevitable? Why did it happen? And a lot of times people would like to point the finger, whose fault is the division of India? How did you address those kinds of issues?
To me, it's just such a, and to everybody else, I'm sure, it's such a complex question. And to be able to blame one person is really to simplify the complexity and the gravity of situation of the time that all these leaders were living through. It wasn't the easiest decision for them to make, certainly. So when I started writing the play, that's part